I'm not going to show you a whole workflow because chances are you know how to get your mic to work, how to set up your template or use your preset, but you want to be able to get better. You need to set your BPM to whatever the beat is. Yes, you have to do this every single time. It's going to make your delay times on point, the reverbs on point. Everything will be in sync and your vocals and shit will be locked to a grid. Okay? That's very essential. So for this beat, you can get mixed in key, auto key, tune back. There's websites that can help you figure out the BPMs. So this is 144. So we changed this to 144. So when you get your beat in, you're gonna notice a dead space up here at the beginning of the beat. That means your beat is not gonna be locked to the grid. Let me show you. So let me do 4 bars. And that's an easy fix. Just double click on the beat, go to trim, and slide it up, and we should be good. See, now it's on the grid. Now when we do our beat chops, we're gonna be good. So if we need to just swap out something like this, so we can do this. Now we go here. Let's cut here. Let's cut here. Let's cut here. Nope. Let's cut here, and let's cut here. So let's say I want to take this right here. So I'll do. Put that right here. We can do that. See how that flowed naturally because it's on the grid. So when we make our chops, we can just move the beat around, arrange it differently depending on how we want to do it. Like get it in our bag, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the second thing that you really need to make sure you do every single time is get the beat on the grid, because I know a lot of people be wanting to extend the beat or make the beat shorter, take certain parts out. This is how you can do that. At this point, you might be wondering like why the beat is always so loud when you record. So you have to turn your vocals up really, really loud. And now you're like, your vocals are distorted. It don't sound good. Let me just make that easier for you. Turn the beat down, all right? Turn your beat down under -6 dBs, all right? Just turn the beat down, because you can always turn your headphones up, and this way your vocals will be louder than the beat, where you don't record OD loud and make sure your vocals are gonna be good enough for you to mix. When you click on your vocal track, you see my vocals are peaking up around -6 dBs. So anytime you see orange get into that little 3 to 0 range, you run the risk of clipping your vocals. If I turn the input down on my interface, you see how that goes down. You see what I'm saying? So even if I was to turn the compressor on over here, right, you hear how that's going, and then I adjust the threshold. But now if I turn the gain up, you see my vocals are louder, but they're not peaking high as they were. So it's like, it depends on how you want to set it. So it's like, now I'm going to be able to rap at a consistent level to where if something don't sound right, it's going to be the preset, not me. Listen, and speaking of presets, you can buy presets, get presets for free. I don't care what you do with presets, all right? The thing is, don't always expect the preset to be perfect. Open the plugin up and make the adjustments. If your vocals sound, let's say you turn on, all right, actually, look, let's say you bought a preset, right? And let's say you bought a preset, right? And then when you turn your mic on and you hear this sound, you don't have to be stuck with this thinking like, oh man, I just need a different preset because this preset don't fit my voice. No, open the plugin, go to your EQs, turn it down. You might like it, right? Or let's say the preset got too much of the low mids coming out, right? And you don't like how that makes your voice sound, right? You may, why does my voice sound like that? Open the plugin, see what's going on, move shit around, and be like, okay, that was the problem. I could tweak that and make it work. Because a lot of rappers just use it as like, okay, this YouTuber has sold me the secret sauce. I don't need to do anything. It's gonna mix master. I'm gonna be good. No. You know what I'm saying? They did not make the preset for you in mind. Unless you pay for it, they made that preset so anybody that's willing to pay for it can sound better than they did before they had it. That is it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you might have to change it because your room, the type of mic you have, your voice, the way you record, all of that is going to be a little bit different. Especially like if your input levels are fucked up, your preset's going to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So like the compressor might be OD push, but then you sit there and turn your interface input all the way up. So now your shit just loud for no reason. And then for other EQs, like you have to understand what's going on. I'm not saying you got to be an engineer because I know a lot of y'all not even trying to be engineers. Y'all want to be rappers. But it's certain things that y'all need to understand so I can communicate with the engineer. So when you get presets, you understand. Listen, so when you get presets, you know what's going on. Because y'all not trying to learn and spend all that time doing the engineering shit. It's just simple shit. You feel me? And then, so it's like, you would have to understand like what's going on with the preset so you can make changes as you go. Because the Drake preset is not going to make you sound like Drake because you don't have Drake's voice. But, okay. All right, so look. So that brings me to this part. All right, so look. So for this part, it's going to... All right, so look. So for this part... All right, so look. So this part, I want you to pay attention. A lot of people that use FL Studio, they just stack all the plugins, right? Me personally, I don't have an issue with it, but there's people that have issues with it because I understand the FL meta. You see what I'm saying? So reverbs and delays. Me personally, I come from Pro Tools, so hey, I'm putting aux on everything, right? So this allows me more control, frees up plugin spots over here for me if I need to add more plugins strictly for my vocals versus a reverb. Now I have one reverb that every vocal, everything can run to with the same setting. You see what I'm saying? Same thing for delay. If I did like a deep vox and all these other things, I could just set it up a certain way. But it's all about making it work for you. Whatever your workflow is, you can take the things that I showed you in this video and listen, you can take the things that I showed you in this video and incorporate it into what you do. Because there's people that don't know how to assign tracks. It's simple. Let's say you have a track right here. You right click, you hit assign a new audio track, and that's going to pop up over here, right? If you want to unassign it, it goes unassigned. And you see how I got this routed. So it's like all of my vocals that's A, B, C, D, E, all of them go to this bus right here. And then this goes to the master fader, just like I'm having a mix bus. So it's like if I have a preset that I got that I like and I want every vocal to have that same preset on it or whatever, I could put it right here on the Vox bus and just drag and drop my other vocals here in case I want to like tend to those individually. You see what I'm saying? Because it's very simple. Like all you do is click on the thing, unlink it from the master, and then send it to where you want it to go. That's simple. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, these are just some of the things that listen, but look, these are just some of the things that can help improve your workflow